love the red M's on flanking me. I mean, wow, everybody loves the red M. Yes, our timing is a bit out, so I wanted to apologize to Vuzi for being the last speaker, but now I suppose I need to apologize to you. But before I start, I just wanted to show you a video clip. Some of you have seen it, but we can't watch this enough, which is close to our hearts.
From the moment we're born, we experience our first true love from our parents. The love of a mother to nurture and the strength of a father to protect teaches us the importance of not merely saying, "I love you," but showing it. Love is the lifeline of the human spirit. Everyone needs to feel loved and cared for, no matter who you are. We all need that friend that is in our corner cheering us on. A friend that sees your dreams when no one else does. You need family members who have unconditional love for you and only want to see you win. It's a vote of confidence. Time is a precious commodity and our true currency. Our time on earth is not forever, but the memories we create with each other are. Every person needs a partner to guide them in this world, someone that can be trusted. When was the last time you asked someone what you could do for them? Have you been of service to others lately? Have you shared words of encouragement and shown appreciation to those who count on you? From the moment you were conceived, you were made for this moment, right here, right now. It took great planning and sacrifice from your parents to ensure that your future is taken care of. Isn't it time you did the same for your loved ones? Make sure you leave behind a legacy that will change your family's fortunes. Get with the partner that knows that you're in it together for the long haul. Live, love, give.
So why a video about love? And what does that have to do with financial wellness? It's got everything to do with it. You and I know that if you were to tell somebody, "I love you," it really means nothing unless you act that way. You'll all agree with that. And research has shown recently that if we were to ask our clients, with which financial institution would you most likely achieve your financial goals? A +5 and a -5 scale. Momentum was rated +4. The closest to us were rated a +1 and all the others are negative, including banks. But you know what? That worries me because have we really shown and lived it every day and show the people the acts of love, of financial wellness? And this is what this is all about. And this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to make it practical. But in order to actually get to a proper story with substance, we obviously needed to do proper research and understand our clients. So I just wanted to go back to the INISA Financial Wellness Index, and we've done 4 years of intensive research, understanding exactly the state of financial affairs of people in this country. So the first one, and Etienne showed it in his video, in his talk as well, is budget. Do people budget? Now that's the funny part of it, is people really don't understand where they spend their money on. Only the few people who are financially well, actually about 60% there, has really got an idea about where they spend and what they spend their money on. The next slide is all about, but with what time span do you look towards your money? So how long do you plan ahead for? Now the alarming part of this is, that's only about 20% max. Even people who are financially well look beyond 2 years. What do you get from that? People in general don't care a damn. Now the next stat that we got is, but what percentage of people have a financial plan? Now people are financially well, you would see there, it's about 60, a little bit less than 60% of them have a financial plan. But the problem is, do they really engage with it? They have a plan and it's in the drawer. And the last time I asked you, And can I just check with a raise of hands? How many of you do have a written plan? How many? Can I just be? Again, 20%. And that's a concern. But I understand why. Because if you were to have a financial plan and somebody were to tell you that you need 68 million rand to retire with, you're just not going to bother. Because you just don't understand it. And then the following state is like confirming the statement that people just don't plan ahead, is the percentage of people who's got wills. And even then, in the green, people who do have wills, we know that they structure it the wrong way. So then the most concerning thing is if we were to analyze the discretionary income of people we deal with, you will note that people, this is the upper part of the middle market, between 16 and 30,000 rand. Those people got a minus 2,000 rand a month discretionary income. And then people earning 33 to 60,000 rand, zero. And then most probably only a quarter of you, because you earn more than that, between 60,000 and 123,000 rand household income. It's got only 3,500 rand a month discretionary income. What does it tell us? People don't have money to spend. So we know from this that you can't buy yourself into financial wellness. Or the other way is, you can't sell products and then assume that people are financially well. It all starts with the management of it. And then, if we were to analyze that in terms of our clients, that's the number of clients we deal with, percentage-wise, and then the income brackets. In terms of our client base and the people we generally focus on doing business with, 70% of them just don't have enough money at the end of the month. It's really a big concern. And the only way you can do it is you need to manage your affairs, because you just can't buy yourself into financial wellness. And the most alarming statistic here is this percentages is people who defaulted on payments last year alone. And this is individual income. So they defaulted on payments last year. Now that's the income levels and that's the ages. But it doesn't matter. The main thing about this is 500,000 people, individual income, not household income. 500,000 of them defaulted on payments, earning more than 30,000 rand a month. Now let me show you this. So if that's the case, our target market in the upper segment, and in the upper segment, if we were to exclude the middle market, is only 1.5 million people. So a third of them have defaulted on payments last year. I mean, so where do we start? I mean, how do we truly live this amazing purpose and obsession with enhancing the financial wellness of people? We can't just sell them products. So we need to get to the heart of it. We need to really get them engaged so that they do something about it. So following that and all this insight, we created this incredible definition of what it's all about. It is a continuous process to assist people with planning and managing their money so that they can afford their expenses now and also provide for their future goals over their lifetime. And that is actually the essence of what financial wellness is all about. But in saying that, we obviously needed to create a framework in terms of which you can actually have a senseless, if you don't use it, senseless, a sensible discussion with the people so that they can actually understand exactly what they need to cover. And if you look at that wheel, we are the only financial institution outside banking that offers everything. And in fact, what people tell us, that outside banking, we are the most comprehensive product provider, the most competitive, and the most flexible. We're the only one who can actually truly show this wheel and act on it. So this is a huge differentiator we have in the marketplace. But we all know that looking at your wheel doesn't actually, that wheel is not going to turn. It's not going to have any momentum if it's only a snapshot. So the framework of this, over this journey, it's all about having a financial plan. How do you get somewhere if you don't even have an address? So your financial plan It's got to be at the center of it. And what does this say? If you need to have a financial plan, and that's the framework of it, it's everything about advice. You need an advisor. That's also our message to the marketplace. We start there. It's so important. So what is our story? What's our story all about? Our story is actually a story about goodwill. It's good. It's hope. We give people hope, not that 68 million that you know you're not going to achieve. Our story is a story of hope because people can actually achieve their goals over their lifetime and cover their day-to-day expenses. It is possible. Yes, how? Simple. You need to have a financial plan and you need to have a budget and follow it. And we've seen the research. But what is the amazing story that you as marketing advisors can go and tell your intermediaries? The starting point is all about it starts with solid and good advice. It starts with you. That's your story with the broker. I mean, we're so happy to announce that we rely on you to affect our purpose in this country. And only once He's given you advice and you do implement it, you will have families have a better life in this country. That's what we do. We empower families to have a better life. But what do we, in essence, provide them then with in terms of our solutions? It is simple. Enough money for a life's journey. Now, part of that is not only the advice and a financial framework. A lot of this is courage as well, and somebody mentioned courage this morning. People need to have the courage, and advisors need to have the courage to tell people you live in a too big house, you drive a big car. You need to change the way you live. You need to think 360. It's not a product wheel. It is actually a wheel all about your needs and to have enough money for a life's journey. Now, in saying that, how do we create enough money for a life's journey? Now, you've all been present when we actually, a full day spent showing you that we can actually create 34 years retirement capital for somebody who's been with us for a 40-year period without asking them a cent more. Just by doing what you need to do, we actually make this wheel work for you and really create enough money for a life journey. But there's many other ways in exhibiting that, and we will actually do that and roll it out. But taking this to the next level and truly affecting it, there's only one way. Is you need to have an engagement tool. You have to have something that would take that financial plan out of the drawer and put it on your phone, in your heart, in your mouth, and you address it every day. Because if you're not going to think about it and live it, and we need to provide the people with that. And this is actually what Multiply does. We're repositioning Multiply completely so that it's not about the awards. The awards is only activities to get you to a higher level where you can even unlock further and more financial wellness. And this graph is very simple in terms of what happens. This is, for instance, your health history. So the black line is actually showing you that your health deteriorates over your lifetime. And the red is actually how your expenses increase. But if you were to engage with Multiply, we educate you, we empower you with tools. I mean, here's my garment. To be active, and we measure you, and we give you feedback, and you're engaged. And then we encourage you. What happens then? Is your health increases, the black line, and your expenses decrease. And we have all the proof in the world. But even better so, if you have all of this, all these things suddenly work together. Even your risk cover would actually provide for retirement. And it's just an incredible story. No one else can tell that story. We're actually prepared to say it's the first in the world, and it's remarkable. We're not going to do product comparison anymore. We're not product comparisons on this. We'll still have a product comparison. But you will never need to do comparison. They will need to come and do it with us because no one can tell this story. We've taken it above the product level. We've taken it to a level where an intermediary would sit and say, but you know what? This is actually my answer in RDR, the role that I have to play in somebody's life, truly enhancing their financial wellness. And in saying that, we've created this incredible wheel, and this is just for illustrating purposes. I'm not going to go through all that detail. But we have mapped everything in terms of what are those behaviors you need to have in actually making sure that you enhance your financial wellness. And then on terms of what needs and products it actually interacts with. And this is the kind of thing that we need to get the clients to engage with, because so that they can see that they need to go a 360 wheel and engage with it. So if that's the case, what is a master plan then? What is a master plan that we're going to give people? Because that's what we essence going to give them, a master plan to actually have enough money for a life's journey. It's very simple. You have your financial plan. Everybody's got a financial plan, or should have, but that's the essence of what a broker gives you, because a broker would then give the advice, and it's all then documented in a financial plan. Now, if we add multiply to that plan, what does it do? It almost takes the plan out of the drawer and make it real every day. And those two together is actually what we refer to from now on as the master plan. A master plan is actually getting you involved and engaged so that you can live the language, the love language of your financial wellness. And in saying that, how are we going to support you? So what we're going to do, first thing we want to do for you is actually to create a simple file which you can actually use for quotes for everything you do from now on, with the financial wheel on the front page. The second page, we will take that exact financial wellness wheel and map all the product solutions around it, attached to each of those needs. And then if you were to put a quote on that right-hand side, what will the broker do? He will tick off, client, I have addressed these needs. The client will ask him, but what about the others? And then if inside of that file, we'll have the multiply wheel, so that you can actually see the engagement. It's just a simple tool, but it's almost like should we work digitally as well. But just a simple tool to have a sensible discussion. From now on, this wheel will almost become another logo, like the red M. This is going to be everywhere. Brokers need to see it every day. So in every broker IFA, there should be a file or 2 or 10 with these wheels that you can see, because that is what we're about. And that overlay is all about multiply. And then we're going to give you a practical guide where we explain everything that I actually needed to now quickly explain to you. They asked me to go quickly. And so that you can have all the background of this. And then, which you've already received a couple of them, it's almost just a little bit of a background and breakdown of the story, so that you can have even more background, almost a quick reference guide. And tomorrow we will give you the client story written out. So that, remember, if I say, we're going to give it to you, you're going to learn it. You're going to need to know it, because we all need to sing of the same hymn sheet. And then the wheel. I mean, this wheel needs to be everywhere. In fact, I mean, I'm even prepared to say, but you know what, from now on, if we launch, we should actually stand in this wheel if we talk about people. Because if they see momentum, they're going to see this amazing wheel. Now I'm just going to lay down what are we going to do tomorrow? How? Remember, we now created, because we have all the IP in terms of the client story. But we need you to create this incredible story, co-creation. How do we take this story now and go and sit in front of every broker and convince them in 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes that this is it? We've given you the answer. We've given your clients the answer, so that you can all have a better life. And this whole thing about enough money for the life journey. So tomorrow we're going to co-create all those, even those objections. You know, a broker might have. You know, it was like, I only focus on the investment side. What are you going to say then? Because we need to get them to go 360. And how we partner with them in future, so that we do in terms of the omni-channel world, so that they really get a strong practice going for themselves with their clients. So we're going to need your help tomorrow. But then, I just want to, on that note, this is not just an exercise. This is not a marketing talk and an ad. We're not going to put you on the spot to produce it. But after that, we're going to give you a couple of weeks or days. And you each going to be accredited to be able to tell the story. Because everybody needs to be able to tell it with conviction, with being obsessed with it, with passion. We're going to have a process to follow, ensure that you can do it, because we have to do it. And then we need testimonials. I need your help. So I want you to go and think about all these incredible stories, because a lot of this we're already doing. So I want you to go and create it. And if you don't want to write it down, just give us a couple of pointers and we'll get to you. We'll interview people. But we want to create thousands of these stories and even videos that we can put on YouTube, because in the digital world, that's almost like the people telling the world what we're about, because that's what we need to do. And we already have incredible testimonials. Can I ask you then, please make it your business to give us that. Imagine a broker were to have a client with this incredible testimonial, and we were to shoot it in a video, and he would to post it on his Facebook, say, this is what my client is saying, what I've done for him. I mean, wow, that's what I need from you. Please give us these testimonials and your own, because I know a lot of you, I see you in like, you're bankrupting us, that's how you work. But it's amazing, because that actually works both ways. And then it's all about storytelling. You can actually tell people as many product features and bombard with them and all of that. But if you can't tell them something that they can remember, that they feel passionate about, that they love, and that they can actually go and tell again. Because you don't remember facts. You remember how people made you feel whilst you were doing it with them. And that's what we need to do. Because storytelling is actually what we need to get to. So, what's our story? We all have the same story. We can tell it in different ways and use our own particular characteristics and relationship with intermediaries. But we have to have one story. And I thank you, because you built the brand. Because that is what actually will make us the best brand in this business, and we're going to be that. Thank you. I'm going to show you a short video. And remember, this video doesn't mention multiply as such. Multiply is the overlay of everything we do, because that is the way that we will engage with everybody from now on. Thank you very much.